What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. Sitting here in my pickup truck on time off, and I decided to make a video. We had some stuff happen. I did make a move on Friday that I wanted to talk about, and so here we go. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a truck driver driving across the country researching and trading stocks, and I will not be held responsible for any moves you make in the stock market ever. I'm not your mama, all right? Hit that subscribe button, mash on it, like the video, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. So first of all, let's talk about Hyliion, all right? So Hyliion released some news about a new battery configuration that allows them to charge faster, keep the battery cooler, etc., etc., okay? It's good news. Not earth-shattering or anything, in my opinion. Yet the stock shot up over $20. It's come back down. It ended up 9% and came down a little bit more in the post market on Friday and is sitting now at about $18.85. Had a couple people comment, ask me if I saw it, so I wanted to address it. And I did see it. I am still holding my shares. I had started building out a position in the long-term portfolio after I moved it from the Roth IRA. I'm sitting on 25 shares over there. It's not much, but it's one of my larger positions over there in that smaller long-term account. And I'm currently up in it. My cost basis is $16.47, all right? So you know that I spoke in the last video that I talked about Hyliion about how the marketing team on the investor side is pretty garbage, okay? And hopefully maybe they heard some people clamoring about this, and that's why they decided to come up with some news to release. I don't particularly feel like that battery configuration, battery module, whatever you want to call it, is any kind of earth-shattering news or anything like that, yet the stock shot way up, guys. And so it kind of goes back to me saying that it's the PR. You know, all they really need to do is release news regularly. If they did that, the stock price would more easily stay up. Now, I've said in the past that I don't expect any major price action happening with the stock until later on this year, okay? And probably, another 5-6 months from now, we should start seeing more news being released and more action happening as they start to roll out these demo trucks and stuff like that. In the shorter term, I feel like we could come back down if they don't release, continue to release some news once a week or something. I can see the stock price coming back down from where it is now and trading sideways again. There's also the fact that we have a lot of bag holders in the stock. So like I've said before, as it gets pushed up, you have a lot of those people trying to get out of their positions, as maybe they're not long-term believers in Hyliion, or at least they don't have the strong hands, that others have. And so as the stock price goes up, we'll see some of those people trim or eliminate their positions as they have a chance to get out in the green. So it makes it harder for the stock to maintain levels when it does have a spike. I'm not selling. I am up in it now, but I'm not selling. I'm still holding. The only thing that could push me to sell it is if I suddenly were to be down 10% or more in the stock. And I was barely down before, and now I'm up. So Hyliion's looking good. I hope that it maintains these levels in this $18 range, but I'm not really counting on it, to be honest with you. We'll see what happens going forward. I still think that they're going to be successful over the long term, and I think that in 6 to 8 months, somewhere around there, maybe even a little bit sooner, when the news starts to come out about them putting out these demo trucks and all that stuff, I believe that we could see some more price action at that time. I still fully believe that they're the only company that has a solution that's going to work for long-haul trucking. They're the only ones, guys, and they're going to be the first ones to market in that space, and I believe that they're going to have a full 4 to 5 years to dominate that space, to the extent that they can ink deals with manufacturers and that's what it's really going to depend on, is how these demo trucks go, how they're able to prove or not prove the viability of the actual product once it starts being used. Who knows how that's going to go. I believe it's going to work. I believe it's going to go well, but you never know what could happen. There are some issues with the way that the product, I don't know, man, just like the 30-mile battery that has to get charged over and over and over. I don't know. I see some potential pitfalls with that, like for the longevity of the product and stuff. We're just going to have to see. In the end, I'm glad Hyliion had a nice bump. I hope that it maintains these price levels, but like I said, I'm not counting on that. It could get hyped up and go even higher, or it could taper back down to these $16 levels. We're just going to have to see what happens. So what else did I do? Okay, so I've been watching this SPAC for a while in my watch list, okay? The ticker symbol is FUSE. It's Fusion Acquisitions, okay? And when I initially put it in my watch list, it was rumored to be merging with a company called BlockFi. Well, on Friday, they released news that they are merging with a company called MoneyLion. And on that news, the stock price started to fall, okay? Now, my thought on it, my opinion as not a financial advisor, is that a lot of people that were in that SPAC, even though people kind of knew that they weren't going to do the BlockFi deal, I still think that a lot of the people that were in that still thought that it was going to merge with BlockFi. And so when this news came out that they're merging with this company, MoneyLion, a lot of those people changed their mind, and that's why we saw this dip in the stock, in my opinion. I bought 100 shares. I was able to get it at $11.24 a share, guys. To me, like that's a really limited downside because, as a SPAC, it's only going to go to $10. And if it goes below that, you can call your broker and get your $10 back. So the most I can lose on this is like $124. But when I look at the company MoneyLion, okay, it looks like a pretty solid play in the fintech sector, okay? They're like MoneyLion is like a mobile bank account, okay, but they've got all the bells and whistles, like they pay you early, they have automatic investing and stuff like that. They have, just a lot of bells and whistles, and even some gamification going on in there with like shaking your phone to see how much cash back you get. It just seems like a pretty good play. And so I bought these 100 shares, and we're going to see what they do. It's not going to be like any kind of a long-term hold or anything. I'm looking for a nice swing. Hopefully I can make $200, $300, $400 in it. We'll see what it does over the next, week or so. And that's where I'm at with it. They've got 40,000 reviews in the App Store, and the app is rated at a 4.4. So seems to have pretty good reviews. The service is newer, so of course they don't have a huge number of people on it, but I don't know, it seems like a pretty good little fintech play to me. And I think that drop in the share price offered an opportunity to get in at a low price. I almost never get into any kind of a SPAC below $12. So getting it at $11.24, I felt pretty good about it. Already up like $60 or something on it. It was up to $11.88 is where it ended in the post market. It was up higher than that at some points before the market closed. So it had that sharp drop and it started recovering. And, you might look into it. Ticker symbol is FUSE, and they're merging with MoneyLion. Now, I think it's a solid little swing. I think that, anytime you can catch a SPAC, in a fairly hot sector like fintech below $12, I mean, you're doing pretty good. And there's a pretty good chance that you're going to at least eke out a small profit. And if it catches on in any real way, it could easily go up to 15, 16, 17, 18. So yeah, I mean, it's something to look into, to put on your watch list and think about. If you can catch a dip on Tuesday morning, market is closed on Monday. If you can catch a dip and get down in that, and get it below $12, I mean, it's already still below $12, but if you can catch a dip and get it down closer to 11, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty easy money type of play to hold for a week or so and hope for something to happen. I mean, anytime I can catch a SPAC in the 11s, especially right after they've made an announcement and it's still in the 11s, like, yeah, I'm on that. So I bought 100 shares. I got enough money to buy 100 more shares, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to sit on these 100 and see what happens and look for a good spot to sell it. So I just wanted to make this video talk about Fuse, because when the market does open back up on Tuesday, if I haven't made a video yet, I'd like for you guys to at least be, prepared to look into it and, have the, a day or two to digest it and see if maybe it's something you want to get involved in. And I also wanted to talk about what happened with Hyliion, because I know a lot of my subscribers are Hyliion fans. So I wanted to talk about that and my thoughts on it. I'm happy for us that have made some money on Hyliion and gotten back in the green. And I hope that it maintains the prices that it's at now and continues to move up. We'll just have to see what happens. I have mixed feelings on what I think is going to happen from here, and obviously I don't have a crystal ball. So thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.